Start off with a correction. I do believe I said that it's January 5th when I started this video. However, my clock might be thrown off, my calendar might be thrown off a little bit. This year I did a little snowbirding down south. I'll tell you more about that later in this video. But it's actually February. I think February 5th. So I was a month off, not too bad. But anyway, it's a beautiful little waterfall right here. That nice, beautiful sound of beautiful, clean mountain water rushing down the mountain stream over the rocks. Got this beautiful little swimming hole right here. I bet it's probably about at its deepest 8 to 10 feet or something. Really beautiful, clear, crystal clear water up here. Nice sunny day. God is good. All right, here I am at the base of the Upper Shoals Creek Falls. Right over the top of this falls, this creek levels out again and it's flat. So this is kind of almost the end of the upward hike. My lungs are feeling it a little bit. Got a little burn in the lungs going on. It's not high altitude or anything. Just that COVID gave me a little bit of a beating. But I gotta power through, get to the top of this falls on the trail. It's over this way. And then I'll put a toboggan on and a sweatshirt, keep my body temperature from dropping too much. And then just take it easy and ride I think I can ride a loop trail back down. Give you a little bit of a better shot. That falls goes down in there. This big pool down here, can't really make much of it there. I'll give you a zoom. So beautiful, this water is so natural and clean. I love that sound of rushing water. All right, y'all, talk to you soon. Hey, Jeff McKenna here, still at South Mountain. Just got back down to my car and just kind of cooling off a little bit before I drive home. So I know I didn't shoot a lot of video of the park today, but I'll see what we can put together for a video. And I wanted to talk about my trip on this video. And I was mentioned earlier that I had spent some time snowbirding this winter for the month of January, basically from my Christmas Eve till almost the end of January. So almost for an entire month I spent some time down in Aruba. And I know you might be thinking, oh my god, that'd be so expensive, but truth is I found a really good deal. I wasn't over on the resort end of Aruba, so I wasn't staying at a fancy resort with a pool and all that stuff. I was staying in like a local Airbnb down on the southeast side of the island, where there's an old oil refinery and you know, just kind of the common everyday Aruban people live in that area. And so it was a different experience than most people probably have in Aruba. And one of the things I read about Aruba before I went down there was that the people are very friendly and nice people. And so that's kind of the subject of what I wanted to talk about, because after living there for a month, I can confirm that Aruba has developed itself a very nice culture. nothing's perfect, and not everybody there is nice. You know, we all understand that. You know, there's people, you know, good and bad wherever you go. And that said, you might think, okay, well, yeah, they live in Aruba. I mean, they're in the Caribbean. It's paradise. Wouldn't everybody always be happy and be in a good mood? And while that's true, it is Aruba and it is in the Caribbean, Aruba is largely a desert. The island is full of like rocks and cactuses, iguanas and rattlesnakes. You know, usually you got to go off into the wilderness to find the rattlesnakes, but you'll see them laying on the street, like in the middle of regular towns, part of Aruba too. Sometimes, usually I saw several rattlesnakes. I'd say probably at least 10. The time I was down there, they were all dead. So I think people get on them real quick whenever they see them. So don't let that deter you from going to Aruba. You know, and back to like the culture and the people. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I grew up, and it was very safe place. We didn't lock our doors in our house at night. We didn't lock the doors on our car when we drove to the grocery store. When my parents first moved to Charlotte in '72, of course that was a long time ago. It's different times. And Charlotte's changed a lot. It's grown a lot. It's been great economy. The value of the real estate is, you know, just gone bananas. I guess a lot of that's really good for Charlotteans and for people that have moved to Charlotte. But I can tell you, after having grown up there, and how nice it was to be in the community. And not that it was perfect. It's a southern town. You know, we had, you know, some of the things that you might expect in a southern town. Where racially divided town and all that stuff. Me and my brother and sister and I were the first, you know, one of the first generation that started school busing in our city. I was the youngest of three. That's where they bus the white kids across town to go to black schools or schools in black neighborhoods for a while, and vice versa. So the kids, you know, get more acclimated to being together across racial barriers. But I'm getting way off the subject. I really wanted to just focus on what a gift it was. My point in talking about Charlotte is that, unfortunately, you know, Charlotte has a very kind of northern feel to it now, very aggressive, almost hostile attitude of people that have come down here from other places have brought that with them, or we've lost it, or kind of seems like American society has gotten that way to me. It really seems that way, that we're really losing our sense of community and our sense of brotherhood as a nation, brotherhood and sisterhood. And I think it's really sad. When I was in Aruba, I'll give you a few examples. I took the bus to go do my laundry one day, and there's another guy that was there at the laundry place, and I didn't bring any the right size coins for the laundry machine. And I didn't have any soap. I thought they might have all that there. And this guy that I didn't know, you know, working class guy with kind of like an older rundown car, was like, "Here, man, you know, get in my car. I'll take you to the convenience store." He drove me from the laundromat to the convenience store so I could get some soap and coins. And I would go walk into the beach, which is about a 6-mile round trip walk. And sometimes in the middle of the day, you're down near the equator, and the sun is brutal down there, so you get exhausted. So I'd be walking back from the beach, and people would, you know, pull over the side and say, "Hey, man, you want a ride?" And I did actually get a couple of rides from people that just offered me rides when I was walking somewhere. And then, like, on the day before I was leaving, I was on like my last walk. I found this beautiful kind of deserted beach to walk up, and that was kind of my daily walking route once I found that, because there wasn't a lot of car traffic, and there's not a lot of great sidewalks down there, particularly like when the area where you're walking to the beach. But Point is, like, had walked up the beach, walked up this hill, and then was going back to where I was staying and living down in Aruba. And this truck with 3 cars comes by. He's like, hey, man, what's going on? You okay? Is everything okay? I was like, yeah, I'm just walking. I need the exercise. And they were like, cool, man. Have a good day. And they were basically, checking on me and asking me if I wanted a ride. And it was really refreshing. After about a month of living there, it really made me feel peaceful in a way that I hadn't felt in a long time. And it made me miss the America that I grew up in. So I really just have been thinking a lot about that, and how this country, I fear for us that we're losing our sense of community, our sense of fellow Americanness, if that's a word, if that makes sense. And if we do lose that, I think it's a great tragedy for us. And I know that's a Debbie Downer thing, but something we might want to think about. I don't know how to change it. Certainly doesn't help the way our leaders are acting. But anyway, the Arubans can do it, and they live on a desert island, with a bunch of rich people that come down there and bring all their money and live like kings for a week, and then all go home. And they're all working jobs, taking care of them, feeding them, and making their beds, and and they still have a very vibrant sense of brotherhood and community as a nation. Very small nation, but if they can do it, I don't see any reason why we can't. Maybe it's not too late for us.